What if we were meant to let go of the wheel? Is there a second chance to confess the way we feel? You could be the one to my Achilles heel, and it hurts to admit that the weight is getting tighter. I'm close to letting go, dancing with survival, and you're my only hope. And I need you to know it haunts me, your body, your mind's like an ocean tsunami. I've tried to stay afloat, I'm tangled in your ropes. I hate you, I love you, I hate that I love you, they're both true. You've got a hold on me, and I want to dive deep.
Listen to him.
Save me from the night. I was scared to admit that we're swimming in forever. I think we're really close. If borrowed time is measured, maybe I don't wanna know if you're the undertow. It haunts me, your body, your mind's like an ocean tsunami. I've tried to stay afloat, I'm tangled in your ropes. I hate you, I love you, I hate that I love you, they're both true. You've got a hold on me, You have only one thing stopping you. Something you must throw away. We can follow, we can fly. Take a leap from the other side. We can follow, we can fly. Take something you must throw away. Take my hand and we'll run.
Alrighty, hello, and welcome to today's stream. Apologies for the delay, a little bit of setup issues going on there, but I hope you enjoyed the ever-present musical interlude. But nonetheless, hello, new stream, new Saturday. We got some stuff to work on, so lots of progress from last week to this week, because as I mentioned last week, there's a lot of stuff waiting for CVC. Let me pop the agenda on the screen here. But, how's it going, Over? How's it going, buddy? But yeah, we had CVC last week, so I was able to book and send a bunch of champions, so we're going to test a lot of them out today. Some of which I've already done a little bit of testing, but some of it I have not done yet, so we're going to go in blind together. But yeah, starting today off, we're going to be looking at, once again, Nightmare Hydra. But we have a big change on the squad. So we're throwing in Lamasu. So formerly Necmo Thar #1, I do have 2. So we're going to try out Lamasu in his spot. And in terms of the kit capability, we're gaining additional, or I guess we're expanding our block buffs. So we have across 3 champions now, but it's Void Affinity and it's placing it anyways. We have decreased speed, which Necmo had. We have decreased attack still, which Necmo had. So we're giving up the turn meter fill. We have increased speed covered by other people on the team. And then we're giving up the leech. So our damage dealers are going to heal a little bit less, but the overall healing on the team should be fine for a person we'll get to in a bit. And then of course you can reset and intercept and whatnot. So we'll see how she works. Marius is still there, Tharan's still there, and then Elva. Elva's finally here. Whoops. She's ready. Well, mostly. She's not mastered fully, but she's in the team. You know, continuous heal, obviously, the cleanse, the revive. You guys know how Elva works, and the passive veil, and the healing at every turn, which is very important. Like I said, we lost the bleach. 2 Rock's still in the team, so we have 2 healers effectively. They're like soft healers, they're not hardcore healers, so there's no like active heals. It's their passives or like A1s, and then Bishinaki. So this is the team that we're going to be testing out. And in terms of the builds. On the newer folks, let's see, they're all down here because they're not fully mastered. I guess I should mention, what's up, Vitor? How's it going? I did recently take my second and only second Cascades up to 5-star, so there's a little bit more ignore defense. I guess 2% more for Marius, so he should be hitting slightly harder. And I guess more crit damage and a little bit more defense, so yeah, overall he should be hitting a bit harder. So there's that. But if anyone was curious, missed out for the couple of weeks, my Marius is in Pretend This is 4-piece Feral and 4-piece Lethal. So that is a lot of, or so a decent amount of accuracy, some speed, but mostly just ignore defense. This is my arena build, hence the reaction. But I'm using him for the time being, or I'm just using him because he's good in clan bosses. So he's doing dual purpose. But his masteries and everything else are going to be catered more to towards the arena, as you can see here. I made some progress, but we're not anywhere near fully done. But you can see the plan here is that I'm going to come down, probably get Methodical, probably going to get Kill Streak, end on Helm Smasher again. This is more arena build. And then I'm definitely going to get the... or actually, hold on. No, I need Sniper and Master Hexer, which means I only get 1. So then it's just Methodical, and then it's Helm Smasher. That's what it was. Yeah. So close, but not quite finished with him. Who else? Elva. We looked at her last week, but now she's like officially turned on. So 6-piece protection, 2-piece stone skin, so high-ish resistance, high-ish speed. A little frustrated with Gold 1 and Live Arena, can't win. Aw. Eventually you'll find someone that you can beat, but it can be a little rough getting into Gold 1 Live Arena for sure. especially since you can't drop out anymore. But I'd say keep at it. No, not stats. Really look at the stats last week. But yeah, oh, mastery, that's what it was. Oh, I put this on her. I don't know if it's really gonna matter, but I just have these sitting around, so I put a golden elixir on her. And then I got her like the T1 or tier 2 masteries, so it's a start, but it's not anywhere near done. And then the newest champion built is Lamasu. So she's in a really interesting build at the moment. So I have majority of Necmo 1's old gear. So she has his provoke set on. So she's kind of just, it's there as a filler, as like if she's a 4-4-1-1 champion. And what that means is this is on a 4-turn cooldown, and this is on a 3-turn cooldown. But with the normal cycling of abilities, they'll come off cooldown at the exact same time, and I think she prioritizes this one, and so she effectively, this is also on a 4-turn cooldown. So every 2 turns, she'll do 2 A1s, essentially. So that's a 4-4-1 ability rotation. So she's only going to have a chance to provoke when she does that, but nonetheless, it's still there, and it's just kind of filling the gap. Compared to Nekmothar, who always attacks on every ability, so it's a little bit more reliable. But 2-piece Supersonic is a little bit of future-proofing, because I want to use her in a little bit of Arena as well. So I want to have her in 4-piece Supersonic eventually, but I literally have 0 accessories in Demon Spawn for that. So we can show her stats because we haven't seen them, but 264, so she's a little bit on the faster side. Enough accuracy for Chimera, I think, is more what I was tuning this for, in case I need her. But it's definitely enough for Nightmare Hydra as well. And then pretty healthy. She's a support, HP defense, so mostly speed. And then, if you were paying attention, because I mentioned that I stole Nekmo's gear, that means that Necmo 1 is in a different build. So he is now in Relentless. So because he's no longer in any of my Hydra teams, Necmo 2 still is, but Necmo 1 is no longer in Hydra. He's graduated. He is now fully focused on Chimera. So as opposed to Hydra, where you want to run a little bit less Relentless, the more end game you get because you're just wasting turns, you're not doing damage. In Chimera, you want to take as many turns as possible before the boss goes. So we have Relentless, some Perception, a little bit of Feral, and then a Refresh banner as well, which is nice. So every once in a while, they can get like a back-to-back A3, which is really fun. So we'll get to see him in action later for the Chimera testing. I think who else changed? I mean, Necmo 2 changed a little bit, but like he just got like the leftovers of the swap of the Provoke gear, but he's still in Provoke. But he's on my hard team. So yeah, that's all the progress from last week to this week. Lots of it, in fairness. But CVC was the main thing, so a lot of these champions are now booked and they're ready to be used. So, without further ado, let's dive in. One thing I want to test here, or the main thing I want to test here, spoiler alert for the Brutal team. But, let's see, yeah, I do have it one too. I am not sure. I'll let you guys decide if anyone knows. I'd be keen to hear, but we're going to test it out anyways. But I don't know if it's better to leave on the A3 or turn it off on Marius, so I'm going to do one run with it on and one run with it off, and we're going to compare notes and see what the difference is in terms of damage. Because it's like, it's an extra turn, which is a waste, but it also reduces the cooldown of the AoE. So, I don't know. I don't know the answer, so we're going to do it for science and figure it out. But yeah, let's get that going. So first we're going to do it without, and then we're going to do it with. My suspicion is that with will be more damage, but I don't know. Either way, whatever the outcome is, we'll quick battle. Well, if the second one is correct, then we'll just keep the run. If the first one is correct, then I'll just quick battle after the second run. So, we'll see. Unlikely, or the most likely start here, unfortunately, is that the Head of Decay is going to cleanse. But it is what it is. I thought about starting off Lamasu with her A1, but the provoke set's only like, what, a 30% chance? So there's only a 30% chance that when she uses it, or when she starts with an A1, that she would actually provoke the Head of Decay, which is like most likely, or most often, not going to happen. So I'm just not going to depend on it. And again, this is going to be auto run, so I don't really care how it starts as much. Yeah. Do I have any plans for Titus? No. No plans for Titus. He is sitting in the vault. and he will sit there basically forever. Mino like you broken champions. Is Scarab King good versus is Scarab King good versus Drexthar? I read that backwards. Is Drexthar good versus Scarab King? I guess he could be. He's not the best, but he definitely works. Poison's a lot stronger than burn because you can only put one burn on. But if it's all you have, then he'll definitely do some work. Kept it on. Oh, so inconclusive what you're saying, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't asked anyone, and I probably should have, but I also wanted to just test it on stream because got nothing better to do. XD. No faction wars? No, not today. I mean, I'm kind of at my limit with faction wars as far as capability, like full transparency. The only place where I can make progress, I think, is maybe Demon Spawn now with Lamasu in the team, or in the mix. I have to see. It hasn't come up yet. And then Sylvan Watchers, because obviously Elva's new. And I think Sylvan Watchers came up in the middle of the week when I just did not have time that night. So I couldn't, or I didn't bother making any progress. So I'm nearing the end of what I can actually do in Faction vs. Hard Mode. So probably not going to see it streamed for a while unless we happen to get lucky with one of the areas where I'm stuck, being Saturday. You pair what? Oh, you pair Falconheart with Drexthar for Scarab King? I guess that would work. Oh, Titus for Faction Wars. I like how I went on this whole rant and it wasn't even your question. Lols. Uh-oh. Poison Cloud? Poison Cloud? Oh, close. She spread the wrong things. Rip. Unfortunate. That's absolutely tragic. 3 block buffs champions and we still get a Poison Cloud. Yeah, well, is what it is. No one had it. Ow! Lightning Cage reflecting damage? What the hell is that? Jesus. Oh, he's dead too. Well, we're definitely seeing the disadvantage of not having Leech, as we witnessed right there. So reflect damage is very deadly if we don't strip it off. Because before, at least Leech would kind of compensate for it, so you'd be healing as you're killing yourself. But now we're just like, you straight up murder yourself. At least for the enemy max HP hitters. Yeah, what is Titus? Is he a Bannerlord? I think he's a Bannerlord. I mean, I guess he does have the provoke, huh? Oh, your DPS is lacking? No, see, I have Stultus, and I think Stultus and Ronda are usually what I run together. Maybe. But in terms of control, maybe he could be useful, but at the same time, I'm not going to book a legendary for Faction Wars, even if it's hard mode. But the provoke might be useful. But but the problem is, I don't know if it's by design, but the Bannerlords have a lot of provokers. So I have Seneschal, I have, what, Giscard, the Sigiled. There's someone else. What's his name? Sigmund? I mean, he's not built or booked on my account, but like Sigmund has provoke, so like I don't really need another provoke champion. And if I'm worried about affinity matchups, Seneschal just places the provoke. So I don't really have to worry about affinity. But as far as damage, I mean, Titus is not really going to do much damage without a massive shield from an Infinity comp, right? So I don't know if he's really going to do much outside of clan bosses. But I could be wrong. I don't know. One thing I will say that's like Lammasu, I people have talked about it before, and I kind of agree. Like, I don't understand her logic around her cleanse / reset. Like, there doesn't really seem to be any rhyme or reason to who she targets, which is really odd. Like, in all absence of stuff, like, it'll go towards, like, the highest, like, lead champion. Sometimes it'll go towards the person with the most debuffs. But, like, right then, I purposefully, on this team, I put Marius and Athorion in the position 2 and 3 slot so that they're higher up. But she went for Tuhanarok, who's, like, position 4. And also, like, one of the tankiest people on the team and not really subject to dying. So it's just like, I don't know what the logic is. We're gonna get another poison cloud? Oh, clutch. Lammasu coming in for the win. Oh, it didn't matter anyways. Okay. The reason I'm like harping on block buffs is because, like I said, we have 3 people who have it. Like Athorion has it, Lammasu has it, and Tuhanarok kind of has it. Even though hers is kind of a bonus and less of a guarantee. But like, we really shouldn't be seeing Poison Cloud at all. Yeah, she purged Tuhanarok again, which is weird. I don't know. Obviously, if this was on manual, like I would put it on Marius and or Athorion, depending on, I guess, the affinity of whoever we're targeting. Alright, we should be 1 turn away from Marius freeing the person. Nice, and we get a kill to boot. We can get a provoke from the provoke set, or if we can get a kill on decay, that would be real nice. Oh, bingo. You reset Marius. Although Thorian might steal it. Oh, we left him alive. No, never mind. Okay, we're good. Triple kill. Ugo uses the heal cleanse to everyone full HP without any debuff. Yeah. It depends. Ugo, for me at least, she usually doesn't waste it. Like, well, at least I had the in my Hydra team that she's on Brutal, I actually had the opposite problem where I had to turn it on, like force her to use it, because she just wasn't healing people and people would die for no reason because she would just not heal. She would just spam her block buffs, decrease defense. But I believe that she probably is also on the opposite side. There we go. Okay, I don't see what changed. Now she's resetting Marius every time. Me no understand. Me no understand. But yeah, so for those who joined in the middle here, what we're testing out, one, just new champion. So Elva dropped in for Pythion. So we have a protection set on her, but basically the same capabilities, cleansing, healing. It's just that it's a single target revive versus an AoE. Lammasu dropped in for Nekmothar. So we're well, the intent is that we're giving up his extra turns in terms of turn count, boss turn count, so we have a lower turn count overall and we get more damage, because when she takes her turns, or I guess every 4 turns, she's going to reset someone. Ideally it's the DPS, but it doesn't always have to be. And yeah, well, yeah, those are the only 2 changes. Oh, and then we're seeing currently if I have Marius's A3 turned off for this run, and I'm going to compare it to the second run where it is on to see if that matters in terms of overall damage output. For Marius himself, I guess. Obviously, you know, again, with my discussion about Lamasa resetting oddly, she might reset him more or less on this run compared to the next one, so there's a little bit of a margin for error there, but nonetheless, I think it'll be, if there is a difference, it'll be pretty stark. In terms of the outcome or expected outcome of the run, this is definitely a 300 million-esque team. So I'd expect to see 330, 350 maybe. With Necmo, it was at 336 from last week. And again, I expect that with just even the occasional reset of a DPS, it should be higher damage output. Because they're both enemy max HP AoEs, with Hex potentially out there as well. So I'm expecting 350, but maybe, hopefully a little bit higher, honestly. Maybe she's resetting him if he has a True Fear on? If someone has a True Fear? But if everything's are equal, I don't know. I don't understand. And for comparison, the reason I'm not doing that didn't do that A/B testing with Athorion, because they work similarly, is that Athorion gives himself, like, I mean, I guess they both give increased accuracy, but Athorion is the only person on the team with increased attack on himself, so he's also functioning as a mischief tank. So I do want him to have those extra buffs on purpose with Lightning Cage, as you can see, so that he is a target for mischief when applicable. Whereas Marius, I don't want him to be targeted, but it wouldn't matter because he's placing it on everyone equally. Increased defense and increased accuracy. I guess the pinpoint might function also as mischief provoking, for lack of a better word. It might draw the aggro of mischief. I don't know if I've been watching for that. I don't think that's been happening, but it kind of depends. The weird thing about like bosses who can steal buffs and whatnot is that like they can steal intercepts, but you can't CC them back, so it'll just stay on forever until they die because you can't. I guess maybe Head of Decay. So I guess in a terrible situation, like the Head of Mischief steals it and spreads it around, then you miss a few provokes. But you basically have to kill them or strip it off. Or no, can you strip it off? I guess you could strip it off. Oh, I'm thinking of like Marius, where you can't decrease the duration of intercept, but you can strip it. I misspoke. Okay, no, he went for Johanarok there, but she doesn't have intercept anyways. Oh, Elba has it, which wouldn't matter. It'd be real clutch if we could have killed Mischief right there. Reset the turn meters. Oh well. Nice. Like I said, the provoke set, it's rare that it'll actually proc, but we got it there, and it's like, you know, it is like a big investment in terms of like stat loss to force her into the 4-piece provoke set, but like when it prevents the Head of Decay from doing something, it's really helpful. Because that one turn that he's provoked might be enough for me to, you know, obviously keep my debuffs or kill a bunch of other heads that are more annoying, or kill him. You could kill the Head of Decay as well. Nice. I will say one thing that sucks to not have yet, since Elba's not fully mastered, like Lasting Gifts would be really clutch. The ability to have like the permanent, you know, a 3-turn duration block debuffs. Like, it's hard to understate how beneficial that can be / is. But that's a problem for maybe next week. I don't think the new fusion's gonna come as soon as everyone else might think it is, but that's just me. Because I feel like the last cycle was a bit too quick, so to speak. Like, we went from, like, the last fusion didn't even end before we went into the Titan event. And then right after the Titan event ended, we went back into the next fusion. So I'm expecting that we're going to have a little bit more of a reprieve this time. But that's based on nothing. Speculation. Point being, I'm hoping to have, you know, the next week or so to work on masteries. That being said, at least for the next couple of days, I have to do dungeon, or I'm going to be running the event dungeon because it's going away in 2 weeks. But I need to get as much divers credit as possible. For those who watched the YouTube video, my plan is to pull some shards on Sunday. Ooh. Oh, nice. Okay, that should help. Yeah, or I guess it's Sunday. Tomorrow. Pull my shards tomorrow. We're going for the guaranteed. And I'm trying to... I'm at 1 Sacred's worth redeemed so far from Diver's credit. And I'm hoping to get to 2. So I'd like to only have to pull 18 Sacreds tomorrow. Which is a lofty goal. But we'll see if it happens. I think I'm at like 5,000 points. So I still need another like 3,000. Which we'll see. But that's a problem for like me tomorrow night. So like I have tonight's reset to do all that energy, and then I also have tomorrow's reset to use all that energy. So there's still a good amount of energy to go. And hopefully we just get some decent pinpoint gear along the way. But after, I guess, Monday is when I'll go back into mastery farming. So I think Empress is almost done. Marius is right behind him as we looked at earlier. And then... let me look at my list. I think I have Elva above Lammasu. I do. Yeah. So Empress, I have Helm Smasher on him, but I still need the other 2 T5s, I think. Marius needs all the T5s and the T6s. And then I start on Elva Lammasu. And in terms of masteries for Lammasu, I'm using her more as a PvE champion, so we're going to go War Master. Kind of your standard debuffer stuff, Master X or Sniper, all that stuff. And then Elva is... I mean, she's PvE as well, in fairness. That's unfortunate. She's PvE as well, but she's going to be on the support defense tree because she barely attacks. Darn. That's like the one time I actually want the Head of Decay to... or the Head of Mischief to steal Turn Meter so we can get rid of the Poison Cloud. Oh well. Well, I mean, this is within the realm of possibility. That's the sacrifice we made. Again, the trade-off is that, you know, the Head of Decay is going to do a little bit more, but the little bit more that he does is going to be balanced, hopefully, I should say, is going to be balanced by the fact that we're going to put out a lot more damage when we're not stuck in this type of situation. So it's just like acceptable losses. In fairness, though, it is nice that Lammasu just places her debuffs, so you can still place block buffs, decrease speed afterward, versus some other champion who really couldn't do anything once it's out. So at the very least, you still slow them down in the meantime, which I think is nice. I guess the other risk of this team is that if we just get really, really bad RNG, which would take shape in the form of like Marius gets eaten by a Force Head, and then we just get a string of weak hits from Mishinaki and Athorion. Like, that's unlikely just because enemy max HP should do a decent amount of damage. But nonetheless, it is possible that that can kind of screw us over. Whereas obviously Marius is void, so he can free whoever. Oh, we got another provoke on the head. Perfect timing. About to cleanse. Which I think that turn that he loses guarantees that he will die before he can do anything. So once again, coming in clutch. That's not going to kill him, but it's going to bring him low. I know they prefer to only show the turn count when it's like 750 plus. But, and maybe it won't matter once I actually just start auto running these, but it would be nice to know, like, are we like halfway done? Are we 2/3? If I had to guess, I think we're about 2/3 of the way through the run. But there's no way to know until we actually get there. But I know time-wise, it usually takes about a half hour for this team to run, give or take. I mean, I think animations are a little bit different between Necmo and Lammasu, so that might vary a little bit, but the fact that we're at 22 full auto means that maybe we're 2/3? Question mark? Actually, you know what? I think this is the main reason we're doing this, like, on watching it is just for efficacy. I just want to see, you know, what are the pitfalls, what are the weaknesses of the comp, because I haven't run it fully all the way to the end. So I just want to see. But I think actually we can just auto battle the second one and not watch all the way through and save some time. Because the changing Marius is not going to change the efficacy of the team. Presumably. I don't think an AoE buff is going to really affect the Mischief tanking much. Or rather, it shouldn't affect it much. I was going to say, now would be a really great time for that cleanse. That's good. Because he wasted it on a head that is really weak. That we're about to kill anyways. Cool. Now that head also gets stunned. Even better. Head of Decay is on my side right now. So we're closing in on 300 mil, huh? Getting there. 280. What would we have to do by 750 to get to 350? Let me do some math here. I don't think the damage is necessarily linear, but what's 2/3 of 230? Well, we're past that, so that's kind of inconclusive. Let's 350 divided by. So if we're better than 262 by the 3/4 mark, we are on track for 350 mil or better, and we're at 280, and we're not yet at 750 turns. So I think mission accomplished already. We'll have to see. But through pure extrapolation, we should this should be a PR for Nightmare Chimera. As expected, but the magnitude of that was unknown. Okay, there we go. So now we're at 3/4. 2/4 at nearly 300 mil. I don't think we can reach 400. I don't think we can reach 400. But upper threes is good. How's it going, Mr. Danker? What's up, man? Oh, that's like the first turn I think we missed to a fear. Unfortunate. Oh, the other thing that I didn't pay as much attention to, but having Elva and Tuhanarok because both of them will place continuous heals on their A1s, they effectively combined improve to Honorak's passive, because everyone knows that she removes one debuff when she takes a turn, but for allies that have continuous heals on, no matter who places it, she removes 2 debuffs. So there's a little bit of extra safety sometimes of like whoever happens to have continuous heals from the A1s from either of them, that they'll just they'll get 2 buffs or 2 debuffs cleansed off of them, which is also kind of an added bonus. Now, obviously, you know, we're dealing with a lot of block debuffs here, so we're not going to see that happen much, but nonetheless, it's still kind of nice. Also, Elva doesn't have Retribution yet, so we're not getting the counterattacks. Although, I'm not sure that would matter. Ooh, we have no decreased attack on the Angry Suffering, or Wrath. Oh, never mind. Athorion with the clutch, just in time. Ooh, that's bad. That's very bad. Well, actually, no. He doesn't have the double turn. We don't have to worry about a cleanse, so we're protected a little bit. We just gotta cycle quickly here. I think we can free him. Spreading the burn is nice. Hex is nice. Provoke is nice. Mary should have his thing now. Okay, that broke through the first layer. Ah, damn. I was like, if she purged Marius, then he would be automatically free. Now it's a little sketchy. It's also the slowest head, so there is a decent chance that we lap him. Ooh, maybe not. It's close. Oh, barely. Oh man, that was a nail biter. So I think that instance is where having Marius's A3 on would have made that a little less butt clenchy, because he would have gotten back to it a turn sooner. So, but again, good data point. At the end of the run could be sketchy if we just get unlucky with a little bit of a little cleanse plus a consumption, which is again is more possible because we don't have a super reliable provoke anymore. Definitely a greedier team, that is for sure. Block buffs, nice, although they're all dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, 336 was the Necmo team with the exact same champions. Their damage. So we have officially beat to that. Actually, I guess as well, I mean, even though it's negligible damage, I mean, it'll add up over time, right? But Lamasu currently doesn't have War Master, right? So with her ability rotation, the 4-4-1-1, you know, 4 heads, AoE, A1, like it's gonna add up. So we're missing like maybe 1 million damage or so, 1 or 2 million damage from that. Okay, this is a interesting point. We won't have decreased defense because it's gonna be cleansed off, and he's about to put Poison Cloud out unless clutch. But he's also going to get purged, which might seal Mishinaki's fate, unless Marius cuts in. Or we get a provoke. We did not get a provoke. Alright, I think he's most certainly dead. Unfortunate. He's not going to cut it in time. Bummer. That's a big drop off in damage. So 400 mil is definitely out of the question now. All right, but good to know. So it'll get a lot sketchier near the end when we just have less people or less. Well, no. It gets sketchier because the health bars are higher and the lack of the provoke allows for more cleanses, which can do more harm. In the earlier phases, you have a lot more time to do something about it. In the later phases, you have less time. What we need here is Marius to kill Mischief and then to buy us more time. If he doesn't get that off, then we're kind of SOL here. It might not matter, actually. I think that was a double weak hit. So we get the cleanse. Well, he still has one turn. Okay, I don't know why I was worried, but yeah, he had 2 turns left. He hadn't taken a turn yet. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for consumption. They're not going to get enough turns here, so the run's over. So we did leave a little bit of damage on the table. We just got unlucky. Michinaki got eaten, but I guess 375. Can we get one more? Yeah, 376. Not bad. So a 1-to-1 swap Lamasu for Nekmo, and we got 40 million damage. And actually, we don't have cruelty anymore. That's true. Nekmo 1 has cruelty, so we're missing out on that. So there's a little bit of damage left on the table. I want to say Marius last time he did, or last week, he did 146, and Atharion did 94. So Marius increased his damage by 50? 60? There's some pluses and minuses here. So Marius went up by a lot, which you'd expect with the occasional reset, because all you need is a couple of resets and his damage is going to skyrocket. Atharion did higher for the same reason. Mishinaki did a little bit less because he died, or was eaten. And then Lamasu doesn't have War Master and doesn't have Cruelty. So her contribution relative to Nekmo went down. But overall, okay. Cool, we'll regroup. And then we'll change it up. So now we do 1 and then 2. What was the number? Before I forget, 376? I think it's 376. Tanjiro, how's it going? What's up, man? 376. Ooh, it's about the same. It's about the same. Interesting. That's not what I expected. I didn't expect it to be so similar. I thought it was going to be like demonstrably higher. I mean, Marius did more. He went from 190 to 205, right? I think that's what the number was. Atharion literally did the exact same damage, 104 to 10. Or did he do less? Yeah, I think he did slightly less, 104 to 103. And then Mishinaki did less as well, 58 down to 50. John did slightly more, 13 to 16. Elbo's negligible, Lamasu's negligible. I guess that's relatively inconclusive. I don't know. But I do think for the sake of freeing people in the end, that extra turn reduction is useful. And if it's equivalent damage, if not slightly more, I think we're in the margin of error here if we're talking 3 million. But if we're in the margin of error, then I'd rather have the slightly safer air quotes team with him having the reduced cooldown. If it doesn't actually change the outcome of the fight. Cool. Okay. It's good, it's good. Good to hear, good to hear. Alright, well, that's a success. We'll keep this one. And I did have a clan quest to do that, so that's done. I was hoping secretly to cross into the 400 territory, but not quite. What do we have to contend with here? So we got a Titus team here, dropping a Billy. A much weaker Titus team. The difference here is the Slayer gear, which I don't have. Although my Mirrors did more damage than him, but I guess I have Lamasu. That Thor though, but that's 6-star Crushing Rend, so it's kind of its own animal. Yeah, so I definitely need to buy a 1-star soul for Lamasu as soon as possible to get her cruelty. Because I'm missing that on the team, and that's a lot of damage. Like, it's somewhat ancillary damage, right? Because obviously the capitated heads are going to hit the cap, and most of them, when they're alive with the decreased defense, we're going to hit the cap. But I don't think that's 100% of the time, especially on like the Head of Suffering or whatever. Because what does 1-star cruelty do? Do I have someone who has 1-star cruelty? I might not. Oh, I do. Nekma 2. Perfect. It stacks up to 5%. Yeah. So we're missing, you know, 5% less defense across all 4 of the heads, which is not ignorable for, you know, 1,000 turns. Convenient? Is it in the merchant shop? It is not. It's not. Okay, I have to be on the lookout for that one. All right, test number 2 is on Brutal. So I did sometime after last week, I think, or I don't remember if this was on stream or afterward, but I sat down and just did like a full, not a full, but I like reconfigured my teams, because Marius took a spot up here which pushed people out and freed up slots, and so I started to move things around. So I have now a Ninja Mikage team for hard, and I moved Varl from hard to brutal, so now brutal has like decreased defense and weaken. And then I swapped out Shamael and Uko, so like True Fear mitigation plus revive / block buffs. So I removed that duo, and then I put in Sify, who's now replacing the reviver slot, but also adding in increased defense and block debuffs. And she's in protection, so it's somewhat protecting. But so we have more healing from Sify, revival, we have block debuffs, increased defense. So Mishinaki should do more damage. And yes, I do have 3 Mishinakis. And then Varl's in there to compensate that we lost decrease attack from Mighty Uko. So the one thing that we kind of forfeited a little bit was block buffs. The only person is Ugo now on this team. But ideally we have a lot more damage, so such that doesn't really matter as much. So that's kind of the idea here. But this one we're not going to watch. But what I wanted to test was I want to see, because Harima used to be on my hard team, and I dropped Husk from Nightmare to Brutal. So I want to see how Husk compares to Harima in that same slot. So we have enemy max HP with Provoke. versus Harima's increased defense scaling, or her defense scaling with increased defense, and still having the chance to provoke. And they're the same affinity, so the same likelihood of provoking against the Spirit affinity Head of Decay. So we're gonna quick battle this as a baseline. We're gonna quick battle both. I've already seen the team run, and it's pretty darn safe. A lot lower in damage. Actually, that seemed like a bad run. I think that was a bad run. I'm fairly sure that the last time I ran this, Varl did like 100 million damage. We'll do it again. I don't want to waste all my battles, though. I need one for hard. Oh, they're wiping. Interesting. Huh. Okay. That's news to me. I'm not sure what changed. Well, regardless. I mean, that could be the answer in and of itself, in fairness, right? Let me set her up to, or no, open with this. Sorry, open with this. Prioritize this. Alright, no matter what, this is the last quick battle because I need one for hard. So 200, 220, 200 million. They made it to the end. 294. And she outdamaged Varl. I think that's a winner for me. So Harima's on Brutal now. And Husk is just like out. He's out of Hydra. Crazy. Took years, but he's finally been power crept, I guess. So yeah, so that's interesting. Because again, last week Varl did 100 million. Which is surprising that he went down slightly. But Harima's still winning. And that's without like crushing rend or anything, so she's just slightly better scaling. I don't know. But interesting nonetheless. Nearly 300, so that's good. I think that's a good spread though, between for anyone who doesn't know, like, because of the Hydra changes, dealing a high amount of damage is actually much harder, especially as you go down in difficulty, because you're killing the head so quickly that, and then they have a fixed amount of HP when they're dead, so it's actually hard to do a lot of damage. But having a decent spread between the two difficulties is good. So if I find myself so 370, 380, let's call it 380. 294. So about 2/3 is probably too high, but somewhere in that neighborhood. And then if we run hard, because we might as well. I believe this is kind of in the same neighborhood. It should be like 250-ish. But it's hardcore carried by Ninja. Oh, my bad. 300. Okay, he did more than last week. Yeah. Which tells me, though, that... I mean, obviously crushing rend is giving the advantage here. But that still tells me that my Brutal team could be better. Could be better, but I don't really have anything that could really do better at the moment, at least. I mean, I could try swapping these two, maybe. I'd have to check the stats, though. I think for let's see, let me look it up. For Hydra, Brutal. If as long as you have 300 accuracy, you'd be fine. Ekmo 2 is way overkill at 500. Rector doesn't matter. The Shinaki's at 320. Ninja's at 500, but that's because of the blessing, but I guess it still counts. Pantheroi is exactly at 300. And then Mikage doesn't matter, but she, yeah, or it doesn't matter, she's in this form. Alright, I mean, that's worth a try. I'll try that next week, see. Ninja Mikage, run them in Brutal. Because obviously this team, this Brutal team could be run in any difficulty. But maybe, I guess it depends. Like the Siphi, she's like a soft purge of the True Fear. Because, you know, 50-50 chance it doesn't do anything. I think that's her passive. I forget. Is it a 50% chance? Yeah. So 50-50 chance to remove it, so you're still going to miss a lot of turns to True Fear versus having a Veil. But then, same, you know, on the flip side, when Rector doesn't place the Veil, then you're still subject to the True Fears, so. I don't know. Is my Rector in Reflex? Yes, she is. Reflex and Speed. I still wish that I had her in Impulse, 2-piece Impulse, but my Impulse gear is just absolute dog. Which is my own fault, because I don't do enough live arena, so I can't complain too much. But yeah. Alright. That's an experiment for next week, I guess. That's probably not stream worthy though, because that's just auto battle versus auto battle. But I might, yeah, just swap the team, see what happens. Because again, ideally, if we're looking at Hydra Clash, what you want, like mathematically, just because of the scaling, you want Nightmare to be your highest contribution. But in terms of damage, again, because of the rescaling of the bosses, your Nightmare team, depending on who you have, should be doing the most like raw damage with the highest multiplier, and then Brutal, and then Hard. But there's a weird interaction, like we discussed, between Hard and Brutal, just because it just depends on the comp, how much defense you're ignoring and whatnot. So I could see a world where, because these are pretty close, so I could see a world where this did 294, and I run this exact same team on Brutal, and it might do less damage. Unlikely, I think, with Crushing Rend, but there's a world where that is possible. So, I don't know, we'll see. It's a problem for a few days from now. Let's see if we get anything good here. Ooh. At the moment, Elva is in 6-piece protection, but I am on the lookout for exactly stuff like that for 9-piece long term. But the biggest hurdle would be a banner that's resistance. Keep all those. Nope. HP. Yeah, okay. Ooh, this is actually really good. My biggest like problem right now in terms of banners, accuracy banners, is demon spawns. That helps me a lot actually. HP with no defense. Resistance, speed HP, sure. You know what's funny also? Remember when the Hydra nerfs came out and everyone was complaining about how impossible it was going to be to get to 1.2 billion in a week? Funny how no one talks about that anymore, huh? With Marius and Lamasu and all this other stuff coming into the game. But like, I remember when this initially came out, before I'd reworked some of my teams, I think even me, I was at like 1.1 the first week after the changes. And then what, a year later or so, I'm at 3 billion. So I like doubled my output just by like reworking and improving teams. Point being, don't jump to conclusions, and you know, when something changes immediately, and it's like it's not the end of the world. Take some time, see if you can adapt, and it might be more possible than you thought. Anyways, PSA. So, part 2. We're gonna hop over to Chimera. So we're gonna see if we can hang with Ultra Nightmare. I'm not convinced, based on how Nightmare went last week, or a few days ago, I should say. Rather, it was not streamed. But we're gonna see if we can get to the ultimate chest 112 with the Ninja comp. So we have 2 teams to run. I need to change these names. Oh, it did change affinity. Oh no! It's rotation 1 now. Well, that might be a non-starter. I thought, okay, I thought I had one more week before it switched rotations. So this means it is Void on ultimate, Force on the side forms. Okay. Well, regardless, we're just going to be comparing these 2 teams. Or, well, sorry, this team used to change. Apparently, I didn't fix this. Where is she? There she is. Elva. Okay. She's smart, right? Yeah. You need a better chance for Hydra, you can only do normal? Yeah, I mean, the step from normal to hard Hydra is pretty brutal, I'm not gonna lie. Because, like, getting to 7 million on normal is like a joke. Once you're, like, you know, 3-4 months in. But getting 20 million on hard is a different animal without decent champions. So, don't feel bad. I guess we test the team that I expect to do worse first. So, let's try this team. Did I pick the right difficulty? Yeah, now I'm a lot less confident. So I guess I'll explain a little bit while we watch this. But essentially, on Nightmare a few days ago, when I was watching, mostly watching the run. I didn't watch the entirety of it, but it did 112 million, I think, on Nightmare. With this team, the Ninja Mikage. And obviously, you know, if you want to do Ultra Nightmare, I basically need to replicate that damage on a higher difficulty, which I suspect won't happen. We'll see if that somehow magically transforms. Whereas compared to, like, enemy max HP, it's a little bit easier to replicate damage as you move up, because the difficulty goes up, but their HP goes up, so your damage effectively goes up by the same amount, or by, you know, some trade of the amount. So we'll see. My hopes are not too high on that one, though. But yeah, the main change, well, the team I ran this team that I ran on Nightmare a few days ago, it was also with Relentless Necmo. So, but that's the main change on the comp. Obviously, Elva dropping in for Galathir is the other change. In fairness, I do think in a vacuum, Galathir is better if you're doing manual runs for trials compared to Elva, but for auto runs, Elva's way easier to run. So I'm lazy. But yeah, now we have affinity to deal with. So on the alternate forms, all of them are going to be force, so Ninja's going to be weak hitting a lot. Although, on ramp form, that might actually keep him alive. Kind of ironic. Oh, the other thing I tweaked was that on lion form... Was he really the first person to attack? I guess so. On lion form, for whatever reason, the well, not for whatever reason, there's a reason for it, but the lion head was attacking, or he was putting the hunter's mark, I think it's called. He was putting it on Elva because she had higher defense than Nekmo. So I swapped some gear around so that Nekmo should get that instead of her. Because I think Elva's tanky enough to survive when he, you know, starts ignoring defense on that target, on that person. But I don't want to risk her dying and then just like lose runs because she's dead, right? So I made sure to make their defense more appropriate. And just dead there. No fear. I think Ninja's ahead of Lydia, so he dies. Yep. Relentless popping off. Yeah, so Nekmo's in Relentless, Mikage here is in Relentless, Elva's in Protection, Ninja is in 6-piece Merciless. With 6-star Crushing Rend, as we saw earlier. And then Lydia's just in like high accuracy, high res gear for other purposes. So we got 0 trials done, which is not great, but that's what happens when Ninja just murders himself. So, but we did half and half. So most likely, well, I should say in theory, we should be able to do the second half of that. This one might be a stretch. Like, we have to get really lucky with the fears. This one should be possible. I hope we can reach this one. Hard to say, really. Juju Beats, how's it going? Hi. We are testing out my former Nightmare Brutal team on Ultra Nightmare. Okay, there we go. Yep. All right. So Hunter's Mark is going to the right place now, which is good. Living the account driving life. Ooh, terms of service. Wait, what the hell? Why did he attack Elva there? I thought he... Oh, he doesn't prioritize the person with the mark. I thought he did. Okay. Interesting. Is Elva sexy? She's pretty nice. Ouch. Oh, the other thing that's nice about the Elva plus protection is for this form, block debuffs can get saved instead of it getting ripped off and replaced by decreased defense and weaken. Like, or I guess decreased defense might ignore block debuffs. Oh no, they both ignore. Oh, I'm just talking to my ass. Okay. Maybe the difference is that you just preserve block debuffs versus it disappearing. That's the only change. Youch! Okay. Damn. That was with 3 trials. You did that much damage. That's massive. Yeah, so if we're, you know, again, Chimera is not really a linear fight. But if we're extrapolating from here, we're about a third of the way through. We're only on 24 million. I'm seeing like 80 mil. And I'm not seeing 112. So far, I'm not convinced. I'm gonna keep this full auto, and we're not gonna preempt the Viper form either, just to kind of see how it does with the protection set in the mix. Because Elva should be using it right now. Because that was the one difference between her and, or one of the differences between her and Galathir, is that Galathir had the cleanse on a 4-turn cooldown. So if he uses it right before the head transforms, you're basically guaranteed to have 1 or 2 of your champions die before he can come back around and use it again. But with Elva, as long as you have decreased speed out there, it's pretty likely that she's going to take 2 turns for his 1. Maybe not an Ultra Nightmare, that might not be true. I didn't actually do this fight. We got lucky there. Ooh, ouch. Well, Ninja's dead for 5 years. Is Mikage gonna heal herself? I don't think she is. Oof. Yikes. Okay. Maybe full auto's not the way then. That was primarily because of the increased attack that got stolen, so he just did big damage to us. And everyone's gonna die again. So I guess I'm fine with it stealing block debuffs, but stealing increased attack probably isn't gonna work. Okay. So maybe we'll take over, make sure Mikage doesn't do the ally attack right before. I could be wrong though. He might still do enough damage because the Ninja's squishy. That's the other problem, right? Compared to running Athorion Marius, they're a lot tankier. Well, I mean, Athorion's attack based, so he's not super tanky. With like he is in Hydra because he gets a lot of HP from killing the heads, but here he's not going to be as tanky. But that is, you know, one thing to consider, that I was hoping for a team I could full auto and walk away, come back when it's done, but this definitely won't work in that capacity. What I thought about doing, I don't have the gear for it, but I thought about trying Mikage in 4-piece Relentless, 4-piece Protection. So kind of the best of both worlds. But I know that I would have to forfeit a lot of her stats to do that, and more likely than not that you're not going to protect much by the time you get to Viper form. You know, I guess 1 out of every 4 runs it'll actually do something useful, but for the most part she's still going to strip it from whoever doesn't have it protected. And this is my primary Mikage. I do have 2. And so this is the one I use in Arena. So she has my highest speed / accuracy relentless gear. Nekmo has like the second best. So then she'd be like somewhere in the ether, like in between, where she doesn't have my best gear. Oh, what the heck? Oh, never mind. That's how you switch target. Yeah, she'd be in the middle, where like she doesn't have the best gear, but she's also not like servicing the team as well as she could. And that just doesn't seem useful to me. Is that turn meter decrease irresistible? Stun debuff when all lines gives an initial target. All stickers turn meter of all enemies except for the initial target. 50% of stun was weird. I feel like, I mean, Alpha has like 6 or 500 resistance. That's odd. Ooh, okay. I thought we were gonna do enough damage to get the trial done. Oh, we did worse. Same here, but worse here. Yeah, I guess Ninja was dead for most of that. Even though they changed the ram form, like it is better. Like I'm not gonna dispute that. It's objectively better to have, at least when Fear's out, you don't murder yourself, assuming you have Leech, I should mention. But it's now it feels like you have to get the stars to align to actually have the Fear out before your DPS takes a turn, which is annoying. I guess the alternative is that maybe you could, I could change Lydia to just only A1. Wow. With decreased attack, he just straight up murdered him. That's crazy. Okay. Maybe I could try Lydia only A1, and then use Ninja's A1 for the decreased defense. That's outside the scope of today's testing, but that's something I might try in the future. Although, it won't matter if I don't run this team on Ultra Nightmare. I could have sworn that he's supposed to target... I guess it doesn't say it. I thought... Okay. I thought the point of Hunter's Gaze was that he prioritizes targeting that person. Maybe the Veils are kind of throwing things off? No, but we started... Actually, no, I don't know who was veiled at the start. But the fact that he just, like, one-shot Ninja there is odd to me. Let's see who he attacks here with this. Because we have... Oh, no, he's unveiled now. That was a counterattack. Oh, we put it on... What? He put it on her now? Why did he switch targets? That's weird. Okay, I don't know why he did that. How's it going, Dingo? Only one trial there, huh? Jeez, 63K. Woo. Farming a shield set for the Titus team. Oh yeah, I guess that's a good point, huh? For people who haven't been doing their Fire Knight lately to get shield sets. Definitely gotta get one up and running. All right, I gotta pay attention. All right, no ally attack after when he gets to turn 24. Oh shit, that's not good. Okay, his is protected, so we're chilling. I was like, she's gonna sneak in another turn at the very end. I freaking knew it. Oh, that was close. Okay, that's fine. He should live. And then Mikage should cleanse him. Or Elvidge does it. That works too. Oh, Mikage coming in clutch there with the decreased duration. That'll work. Okay, so I think that's just what we have to do. So prevent, like, increased attack getting stolen is like, she just murdered my entire team last round, so we can't let that happen. But him stealing block debuffs with Elva on a 3-turn cooldown is a lot less of a concern. So I'm fine with this. You thought this whole time that Bolster was the only shield to all members set? How spoiled. I kid. That is funny though. As a proud non-spender, Bolster, the opposite. Bolster doesn't exist. If I want a shield set, I have to put a shield set on people. Yeah, man, these I have a suspicion that these weak hits are actually what are preventing us from doing trials. So maybe we'll have to wait to retest this on Ultra Nightmare for a different rotation. I don't remember, let me look at Hell Hades. I forget what the rotations are. Because I think Force is, it should be in half the time. So this is rotation 1, so we got Ultimate, Void, alt forms of Force. Rotation 2 should be Force base, or Force Ultimate, Magic alt. So 1 and 2, we don't use Ninja, I guess. And then 3 is Spirit, is Magic Spirit. And then 4 is Spirit Void. Okay. Alright, so maybe, yeah. So, I guess, inconclusive. Oh, shit! What the? Oh, because of the increased crit damage? Wait, what? Ooh, gosh, please don't keep the result. Good God. Is that because of increased crit damage? Is that what just happened? But they both had it on. Is it the person with less? Where is it? Puts on the person with the lowest crit damage. Yeah, she has 92, Lydia has 75. What the hell just happened there? If they both have 30, she's still the lowest. I don't know what the hell happened there. That's weird. Unless Elva didn't have it and Lydia did. But why would that happen? I guess in order to protect for that, you'd have to have your reviver always be 30% higher. So she'd need to be at like a 105. I don't know if I could. Crit damage is not something I could easily fix though. I mean, that's about as good as it gets. Yeah. Weird. I don't know what happened. Well, anyways, from that point, we were halfway through the fight and I was at like 30 million, so we're nowhere near 100 and whatevers. So I think we'll call this potentially rotation 3-4. We'll have to test it out, I guess, in like 2 months. And for now, we'll call this rotation 1-2. I don't know if that's going to hold, but... Alright, let's just see how this team fares in Ultra Nightmare. So far, I'm not really being convinced this is really possible. At least now we don't have to worry about increased crit damage doing anything, because it's not on this comp. And then we have double enemy max HP. I think the only downside here now is that when you have double DPS, the ram form is a lot more painful for obvious reasons. But I just mean, like, even when the ram form ends and you have to switch back, it's just harder to revive everybody with a single target revive on 2 people who are presumably going to murder themselves. Alright, so Marius is doing 5 hundo. I forgot to check the damage comparison. 500,000 per hit. Thoron, I don't know what he was doing, but Marius should be hitting harder because he has the cat's gaze. That's way too large. Oh, we didn't have weaken. Okay, I was like, that's a big difference. What the hell happened there? We're also scaling up with cruelty. I don't know if Thoron's gonna cut in here. Oh, wait, oh, Relentless popping off. I don't know if that's enough to get an extra turn in here, though. Oh, wait, okay. 300, wow, that is a big difference. Okay. Cat's gaze is not ignorable. For sure. Oh, there's the refresh accessory proc in there. Oh, Marius is dead. And Atharian's dead. Oh, we lived. And now he's dead. Oh, no, he didn't die there either. There we go. Ouch. Alright, well, everyone's dead now. Dude, reflecting the fear is so, like... is so unfortunate. I mean, it doesn't matter because the DPS are dead. Dude, people, I swear, people make Ultra Nightmare Chimera look so easy, and then when you try it yourself, you just get, like, shellacked. We're getting destroyed right now. Oh, I think I need to change their positions. I should, Marius needs to be ahead of Atharian, so he gets revived first. Oh, that's so unfortunate. We got a 2-turn provoke. What are the odds of that? Oh, if you're low HP. Okay. What set is he in? He's not in anything, he's not really in anything special. He's in a Hydra build. I think he's in like Perception Stone Skin. 2-piece Stone Skin. So high accuracy, high resistance. Woo! How did he live? That's a non-Marius, however, the name always makes you say, "Aw." Soon, TM. Woo, boy. Alright, so Marius is definitely going to get murdered on this phase. And there he goes. You're stuck on the mythical chess piece? Damn, dude. Wait, well, what? Are you running stage 10? What the hell? Hey, chill the fuck out, dude. What the hell? What was that? Oh my god, he just took everyone out. Jeez. God damn. More proof though that, like I said, like people, you watch the, you know, these super more end game than me CCs, and you're just like, oh man, Ultra Nightmare Chimera, you just walk in there and you just start slapping stuff, and it's like, dude, we're getting rocked right now. I don't think we're gonna hit the damage threshold because we're just dead so much. But also, like I said, I do have them in a wrong turn or a wrong team comp order for the sake of the reviving. Ooh, you know what? Stealing increased accuracy. Well, how does that work? Yeah, I think if Viper steals increased accuracy, we're kind of... He might be able to land the poisons on everybody. guess we'll find out here. Yeah, he can. Okay. We got lucky, we had the cleanse ready, but still. Don't kill him! Oh, damn it. That's annoying. I was hoping we'd live. Yeah, I wonder, do people use the A3 on Marius for Chimera? I could see an argument for turning it off. I think we kind of proved that it didn't matter for Hydra. And this is an even shorter fight. Or rather, turn... Well, it'd only be off for the ultimate form. For auto runs. It'd be on for the other forms. Yeah, because giving him increased accuracy basically guarantees that he lands the poisons everywhere, which increases the likelihood that we actually die. Which is bad, obviously. But yeah, so sorry, I got distracted. But yeah, if you're only running stage 10 on Dragon, then it's gonna be a lot harder to do that mission or that quest for sure. Because for me, the only stage 10 I don't run is Fire Knight. So I run Spider 10, Dragon 10, and Ice Golem 10. Well, Spider doesn't matter for that quest, obviously. But I guess I had twice the odds as you to get a mythical chest. Another option could be I don't know if it translates, but like if I replace, like, I don't think I can take Nekma out of this team because I think the leech is actually really important. Well, it is for the trial. Whew. Good night, Lydia. Okay. But I could potentially take out a Thorion and put in Lamasu. See if that, like, if just resetting Marius. But then she's not always going to do that. That's the problem. And a Thorion's a little bit more reliable at placing the decreased attack, just based on the ability rotation. Oh, Marius is dead. Whoa, what the hell is he doing? God. Again? Wait, how did she get decreased defense on? Well, I mean, I don't think it matters. I think the writing's on the wall here. We're over halfway and we're at 35 million. So regardless, we're not going to get to 112. So all right, Ultra Nightmare is still out of the ballpark, unfortunately. I don't know. I guess it's a gear diff problem. Because presumably I have like the perfect champions for it, but I'm getting smoked. I mean, is it the awakening maybe? Does he have that aspect in the... I don't know if he has that aspect of the kit. We didn't do that many trials, so we weren't really taking that much damage in the ultimate form. Poison burn, Geomancer, smite. Yeah, I guess Chimera doesn't have the awakening thing like all the other bosses. Unless it just doesn't show it. I'm not gonna finish this round. I just want to see. Does he have that? Yeah, it doesn't. Interesting. So yeah, it's not even like I can't even say like, oh, awakening, pay to win type stuff. I mean, well, Thorian is like 5-star. That doesn't matter. He was getting murdered. I don't know. 3% resist on, or maybe I'm just outside because she's at 539 resistance. Alva. If we look at Ultra Nightmare rotation 1, are we not above the cutoff? They have 400. Let's see. Oh, Ram has 500 accuracy. Oh, yeah, we're not above the threshold. Okay. So he just placed it on her. It's not even. It just wasn't even a 3%. It was, I guess, somewhere in like the 20% chance, roughly. She's not fully mastered, that's why she's level 50, and I do plan to get the resistance mastery, so she'll be at 590. Or, wait, 580, yeah, 590. Or no. Yeah. Why is my math failing right now? Jesus. So with the mastery, she'll be where she needs to be. And then Lore Steel will give her a little bit as well. So she should be at 600 with Lore Steel and the Unshakable. But good to know that for Ultra Nightmare, she can just get smoked. But it doesn't matter. We can't do it anyways. Darn. We failed. Okay. So on a different day then, I'll try... I'll compare the two directly. See how they fare. It's like, so on lower difficulties where Ninja's not dying, I guess we can clear these out. Clear this out too. We don't need to do it anymore. I'm thinking this is going to be my split between half and half, but I'll have to see. But we have some live arena, or live arena opening soon. We'll get to do a little bit of that. I guess I have to stall for 8 minutes. What can we work on? I already finished champion training. If anyone was curious about that, we're already at 16k, so mythical tome achieved with some time to spare. I thought it was going to take me all the way till tomorrow's reset, or sorry, after tonight's reset to get there, but there was enough energy in reserve to get it done this morning. Need to get on my level in terms of champion training, dude. I am a grinder. I live in campaign. Oh yeah, I'm always ready for champion. Well, not always. I'm not ready for champion training right after champion training, but the few days prior, or like a few days in between, I'm good to go. But yeah, I mentioned it earlier, but for anyone curious, I am going to go for Balar, the Lost, tomorrow. My goal is to try and get 2 Sacreds worth of points, so 4,500 per. So I'd have to be at 9,000, so I need 3,500 points between today and tomorrow. But the plan is to go all the way out there. We're going to go. We're going to do it. We're going to rip a bunch of Sacreds. It's going to hurt. But it should be, well, it will be worth it. It already is. But yeah, I've been sitting above 50 for a while. I was trying to get back to like 60 plus Sacreds, but I think there's just been a string of like pogos that I could participate in, followed by fusions and whatnot. So I just haven't had a chance to actually hardcore save Sacreds. And then we're gonna drop, you know, nearly 20. So I'll be at my lowest amount of Sacreds in like 2 years. I haven't done, actually, let me look at this. How's it going, Lou? I haven't done a guaranteed from shards in a while. Yeah, nothing this year. Let me look at last year. Last year was Narcissus. But yeah, that's voids, obviously. So 2023? Yeah, 2023, I did 3 guaranteeds. 1 Summon Rush, 1 Deck of Fate, and 1 Raw Shards, but I don't do that anymore, it seems. Crazy how the game has changed in the last couple of years. Oh, I guess we could do a little bit of relic or not crafting, like leveling. Hey ML, how's it going? What's up? Welcome in, welcome in. You guys are just in time. We're stalling a little bit before, oh that's unfortunate, I got 3% resist. We're stalling for live arena in 4 minutes here. Wasn't Freya last year? Yeah, I didn't do it though. That was Soulstones. I'm talking about guaranteed from shards. Yeah, she was Soulstones. Like, I haven't done a guaranteed for shards for non-void since 2023. Just because they don't offer it as much. How far am I in the Cursed City? Yeah, I guess we've been focusing so much on Hydra and Chimera this whole month, huh? But I'm at 99. You know, Taurus and Marichka, as always. And then, S13. It's just tough. It's tough to get through, the super stun power with Regashas and Tunisia. So I haven't really gotten past wave 1. But yeah, 99. It's tied with my, or is it tied with the best? I don't know if I did 100 on a rotation. I'll have to look back and see, but it's up there. I don't have any keys. Maybe we'll do that next weekend. See about just kind of throwing shit against the wall, see if it sticks. But this stage, I don't know. There's not enough control, unless I'm missing something down here. I know this Cage Breaker has sleep. But I don't think there's any other CC champions here unless I'm blind. I mean, I guess technically she has a A1 provoke, right? That is true. So maybe I'll try that. I always forget where it is. 'Cause it's not here. I don't think I have any materials to use. Yeah, I used them all already. I think I talked about it earlier, but I took my second. This is actually I don't know which one is which anymore. Well, I took my second Cat's Gaze up to level or to 5-star, so I did that this morning. So my next goal is to get my only wand, which is the free one, up to level 5 as well. It's kind of crazy that somehow I just managed to not get a wand. Like, this is the one they gave out for free, and I've never gotten a second one. I guess we just start eating stuff. Journal of Necrotos. Where did it go? What the heck? What the hell? Where did it go? Oh. No, it's this one. Okay. Alright, so there's one 3-star. But I need to take this up to 4. So I need 3 3-stars to go into this one. We're almost out of the assault. Well, the 1-star, I should say. Alright, so there's one. Yeah, okay. That's one of the 3-stars. Live Arena should be open, and it is. Cool. That's 2. And this is 3. Gotta be careful and not pick the because the other level 9 one's on Siffy. That's my actual one. So the one with the gemstone, I guess, is the one I know, or how I know. Alright, so there's the first of 4. Alright. I don't think I have enough to do that multiple times. Let's make the next one a rod so that they're unique. We take this to level 9, so that's the base for the 4-star. We'll feed a journal into that one. Alright, now we're out of the 2-star basalt. I haven't decided if I'm going to start feeding some of these epic ones, because some of them are pretty trash. And if anyone wondering, like, why are you feeding Journals and Necrotis because it's a good relic? Literally everyone that could possibly have one that has turn meter fill on my account already has one. So like, at that point, like, it'd be going to, like, rares, which is pointless. In my opinion, at least. Actually, I don't know what these do. Let me remind myself. I think the golden elixir is okay. 10 meter, 10 meter? Turn meter by 10% when one of your allies dies. I think I would probably never use that. The orb is okay. The scroll of the unseen, I have so many coronets that I feel like I would never need to use this. So I think I can sacrifice these effigies. I could sacrifice these scrolls. I could definitely sacrifice the gazes. I haven't seen anyone use the Grail of Agony, but it seems like a mini or a different form of like the aspect of Siroth, so I kind of want to hold on to it. But yeah, these are all my equipped journals, as you can see there. Tons of people have them. All right, where was I? Okay, we made one. Wasn't I leveling up something? Oh, this. Okay. So let's feed, actually let's do these first. All right, so that's that. So then we need one more. I should, in theory, have enough relics for one more. Actually, I think I have a death bell that's just out there, not equipped. This one. Actually, does it tell you that? It doesn't. I think, oh yeah, this is the one that used to be on Mikage. But I switched out her relic to this Tempest Sanguinis. What is happening? Oh. But I think I can sacrifice these Molten Death Bells. But yeah, see, but how do I know which one is one that's equipped? Because there's one that's unequipped and one that's on Armon, so I guess I just put a gemstone on the one on Armon's. Sure. Like these are they're so irrelevant. The rare ones are so bad. Anyways, all right. So that should tell me that this is the one that we need to sacrifice. Let's eat. You know, let's do cannibalism. Let's eat a death bell with a death bell. And then we'll eat the effigies. And then that should make the second chicken. And I know for a fact I don't have enough for more, but so we're halfway there. So maybe like 2 more weeks and we should have a 5-star wand. And for anyone wondering, the wand is on my Galather at the moment, but all right. Live arena, and then we call it a day. Shorter day for sure. Oh, I forget the season started, yeah. Are you guys still doing live arena seasons? I'm kind of not. At all. So, I don't know. I've just been turned off. It's just hard to find the time to actually commit to live arena on a regular basis. But also they changed the advanced quest, so I just don't have to do it as much. If I'm being truly honest with myself. Okay, so we got our base and Armon's. Okay, so most likely he wins the speed race, especially with the 5-star intimidating presence. So we'll swap up jobs here. Let's get the let's go Sify Galathir, going more defensive. We're banning Armon's at the oh. Huh. So he's going first. No matter what, our base is going to be fast. He's going to have Vinker's accuracy, which means resistance is probably not going to help here. I already picked 3 supports, so I can't pick Necret. I think we're boned. I think we're boned. The only chance I have here is Gizmak Tormund, and then hope that we somehow don't get polymorphed and like bust through the pinpoint stone skin that I expect to be on Commonest, but that's unlikely. We just lose. We're outdrafted here. Oh, okay. Insult to injury. We lose no matter what. He got rid of the burn. Because he knows that Fabian's in speed-ish gear. He knows that Sify's in protection. Galathir might live, or should live. Tormund's gonna die as well. But it doesn't matter because they're gonna be in stone skin. I don't think we get a turn. Oh wait, he didn't get increased accuracy. We might have a chance. Oh, never mind. Okay. Alright, yeah, we don't get a turn. Okay, alright. 0-1. Great start. Yeah, I'm super low in the season because it started, I guess, a few days ago or whenever, and I just haven't done anything. So this is gonna be until I get out of the very beginning stages. This is a bot. But until we get out of the very early stages, it's gonna be tough just because people that also haven't started yet can be like hella Krakens. Empress. Okay. I forget, do bots take the entire time to pick? I don't remember if they do. If it's like halfway. Interesting. Hey, what's up, Snackbox? How's it going, man? The whole time? This is gonna be stone skin. Maybe we just want to go with the Marius here. Speed this up. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, I got Sify's 5-star popped up in the shop, so I got that on her. So I think she's at like 650 resistance now or something like that. I definitely don't have it. I don't have the 300 for the 6-star, but she is the next champion. Interesting. Very interesting clone we have here, guys. We could bomb them. Just to be sure. Get rid of the speed aura, because I'm afraid of the Sulfurion, and that way I'm positive affinity for the bombs. Bot confirmed, he banned the Deacon. The sacrificial spot. Stone skin, stone skin. Oh, only 2, okay. Maybe it's a good choice for Empress and Wukong. Oh, this is not a real guy. This is a bot, so I'm kind of taking it easy. Alright, now we fight for real. In theory. Yeah, my default first pick is still Fabian for the time being. It kind of puts me in a box sometimes because I can't because then I can't use Arbiter, Sify, and Galathier. But the threat of the lockout is just so strong. And oh, I guess I forgot to show that too. I can do it after this fight if I remember. But my Fabian is a lot faster now. I got some good gear pieces. That's what, yeah. Sorry, I didn't explain that. Yeah, if you ever see Deacon drafted, it's because I know I'm going against a bot, and it's the first pick, and he's just gonna ban it, so it doesn't really matter. So, Nate Daw, how's it going, man? Appreciate the follow. Ooh, Wukong and Mithrala. Okay, is this an easy matchup? Let me not get cocky here. Let's take this seriously. Let's threaten the Marius. So he's a little bit afraid to go Stone Skin. Andor wants to ban it. May you ask a question? No! I'm just kidding. Sure. I may or may not have an answer to your question, though. I could bomb them still. Although there's some Mithrala, so maybe we don't bomb. Mesomel the Wukong? I could. I don't think it's necessary though for this one. I think I'm gonna go Harima. Be a little bit on the safer side. Actually, this is the first time I've run Marius and Harima together, so we'll see how that works. I'm not afraid of Elva. We can get rid of the Wukong here. What the heck? Oh. It's bugging out. I hit confirm. It didn't register. He gets rid of the Fabian as expected. I'm expecting their Stone Skin on, what's his face? Alaz. But I'm banking on Marius being able to remove it. Is that a nice behind me? Yes, that is a nice. I do have nice. Does Calamitous not fit anywhere in a team with Queen, Vogoth, Ortor, Helikath, and Ninja? A team for what? Ooh, reaction. Doesn't matter though. Peace, brother. So, Queen of Hearts, Hartor, Helikath, Ninja. I don't know if that's a normal Demon Lord team that's gonna survive long enough for it to matter. But unless it's like speed tuned to run Helikath, keeping everybody alive, which I guess is a comp from 2 years ago or so. I mean, he is a heavy DPS. I think in the ult form he does a bit more damage for PvE. But he would... I don't know what... Well, Vogoth is healing. Artor is there for the, what, increased attack, strengthen? But if you're running an Artor with a Helikath, you're not speed tuning. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to like gauge where you are. So you're not, like, speed tunes out the window, so you're just kind of running a team that can do something. Queen of Hearts gives you decreased defense, AoE, or increased attack. You have increased attack redundancy here. And this is not a team that's going to last very long anyways, so I could see the argument that you're going to want to just protect them. So I would drop Artor, maybe? Throw in the Calamitous and see what happens. Get more damage before you die. That's my best guess without actually seeing the gear and the speeds and all that other business. I'm not liable for any mishaps that happened with that team that I just suggested. Massive disclaimer. Over 90. Oh yeah, yeah. If you're just dogging it daily and just doing whatever, then I mean, crazy that you have a mythical though on that account. Oh, I forgot to show Fabian. No, I got robbed. Okay. All right, so we're gonna steal a speed then. When they steal Fabian, I go speed. I can flex back to Armand's if need be. He's still Empress, which is annoying. All right, so he has speed here, 6-star, which I probably want to ban, actually. If I'm him, he's probably going to ban my Arbiter, which means I probably want to go Ancora, Marius. And then we might whip out the Nice or the Narcisse, depending on the team, or the Rhodos. We have a lot of flexibility here. Unless he does something absolutely crazy. Bombs. Alright, so he showed his hand. So for sure, if I'm him, I'm getting rid of Arbiter, which forces me to use Siphi into Queen of Hearts as his play, but I have protection, so I'd be willing to take that gamble. And with it against True Fears as well. We should be faster with the Siphi than the Fabian. So I think we actually go Mesmel. That might have been the wrong choice. We'll have to see about, because if I can kill Empress in base form, then he's just kind of less of a threat. If I can kill, well, if I get block debuffs up and it's protected, I don't really care about Nishak either. So to me, Empress is the main threat. And if I go first... Oh no, he got rid of That is not what I expected at all. Okay. I guess I made the right call then. I didn't expect him to ban the Mezzo. So we go first for sure. That means I don't have to boost with Siphi. Or no, well... I do. Yeah. We're just gonna gamble. We're gonna take the chance. This is 5 buffs. This is gonna give her an extra turn. I can't be True Feared because of Ancora. So it doesn't matter if she strips Marius. We have increased defense protected. So Fabian's dead. And hopefully we can strip Stone Skin and kill Nishak as well. And then we're in the front seat. Oh, Queen of Hearts is dead as well, no matter what she does. Okay, ally attack is an interesting choice. Unlucky. Well, no, sorry. She didn't strip us. No, we're chilling. This should not kill us. HP swap. Atomize. I think we're tanky enough to live. Marius might die. Holy shit! Never mind. We're not. Wow. Okay, my Ambush does not hit that hard. That's crazy. With increased defense, too. That's nuts. What the hell? Damn, dude. Mine has never done anything like that. I don't have Helm Smasher yet, unfortunately. Well, wait, hold on. What is... Let me refresh my memory. What does Atomize do? Oh, it ignores defense. No. Well, assuming he has no accuracy, I probably have more accuracy than him, so he just... yeah, increased defense didn't matter because he ignored half. Okay, that's what happened. They're both corrupted? I don't, that doesn't matter. Right? I don't think he has a faction anti-synergy, does he? Yeah. Yeah, he's just okay. This is a really strong Empress. Tough. Was it Fabian we were talking about earlier? Yeah. So I got this a few days ago from the event dungeon. So HP triple roll on in pinpoint bottom piece. So that was much faster than what he had on before. I think he had a 5-star piece on before, so that was big. And then I also got this. So I think this was a 5-star double roll, so now it's a 6-star triple, and this went from I think a double to a triple. So now he's in 5-point supersonic, or 5-piece supersonic, and then 4-piece pinpoint. So he's just I get the 10% speed as well. So he's at 350 more or less. But we're still high on accuracy, nearly over 650. So I think prior he was, I want to say, 305. Somewhere around there. I think that math is correct. Because 10% from the set is around 11 speed, and then just the speed increases plus glyphs moved him up the other like 20. Man, okay. I swear, because that was the stone skin savage for sure on the Empress, and so I have lethal, but my Empress has never hit that hard. But I also don't have Helm Smasher yet, so maybe he could have just hit Helm Smash on everybody, on top of ignoring half of our defense. Too heavy. Way too heavy. Is this the same dude? Are we all just supposed to have the 6-star Aostrids, guys? What did I miss the memo? That's crazy. God, fuck. Well, he has both. I think we're gonna have to go Galathir here. Most likely he bans Fabian, but maybe we can keep Arbiter. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do here. We'll have to go based off the last 2 picks. He has to pick DPS and support. He has no reviving, which is very dangerous. Oh, he stole my Mezamel! Bastard. Okay. Alright, so this is Stone Skin, this is Stone Skin, this is probably Stone Skin. If I can go first, he has a mix of affinities, so I can't really bomb them. Can't use Nice because of Marius. I don't think this is winnable. Yeah. If I ban this, as long as I have Arbiter, we should be fine. But if he bans Arbiter, then we're just screwed. Oh, interesting. That's not the choice I thought he would make. Why is he afraid of Harima here? Because now I get to lock him out. Assuming I go first. Well, no, I should go first. Oh, God, it's a super fast Armons. Okay. Well. Damn, and he's accurate? Bruh, that's crazy. Please sheep, Galather, he has the wand. Damn it. Oh, wand of submission. Well, Empress is dead, so we just lose. Oh, he's going for the AoE. And Soul Reap. Wow. Okay. No, he's confident in his Armons being faster than my Arbiter with the 6-star aura. That's okay. He's just faster. So be it. For reference, guys, my Arbiter is 403. And I had the better aura, but he had the better blessing. But his Armons was fast enough, but also he's faster, but also had more accuracy than my 666, my Devil Galather here. So he's over 400 speed, but also has 750 plus accuracy. If that's not a gear diff, I don't know what is. I guess, am I supposed to be picking Marius first now that I have him? I mean, he doesn't have his masteries yet, so I'm a little less compelled to like auto pick him. I think next week, maybe, once I have masteries on presumably on him, that I'll be more willing to kind of first pick him.
I've only just begun.
That's not scary. Why did he do, what the hell? People are less likely to use Terminator reduction against him. True. That is true. I just don't know if he fits into every fight. Like, I know he's powerful, don't get it twisted, but like... Is this a bot? No, this is a real dude. What the hell is this draft? Am I missing something? Am I, like, what the hell? Though kind of with Embers. Yeah, like that's well, like the problem is my playstyle with in Live Arena is that I like to pick my supports and then respond to their team with my DPS. But if I pick Marius first, I'm kind of locked into Marius as one of the DPS, and I don't like being locked in that way because then they could pick something that counters Marius, and then I'm kind of SOL, right? Oh, interesting. What am I missing here? What's his plan? Like, obviously Embers can change form, so he doesn't really care about the lockout, but I could also petrify him. What's his plan here? He doesn't even have stone skin on everybody. Okay, again, I don't like to be mean. I have no clue what his plan was there. I mean, it was a weird draft to begin with, in fairness. But like a non-stone skin Empress, I was like, maybe he's just sitting in stone skin trying to, you know, make something happen because he doesn't care about lockout. But a non-stone skin Empress with that draft, or he just threw. Maybe he just threw. I don't know. So maybe maybe we'll change it up. So if they go Fabian. Maybe let's just grab Marius right off rip instead of the Siffy, because I can always pivot back to Siffy or Galather. It doesn't really matter, either or. Now this is the trifecta of boldness. No revival. So if I lock in speed and then I threaten block revive, he's on the back foot. What does he do here? He has to pick 2 DPS. This is probably a really fast Mikage. I could ban Thor here. Which should be dangerous. Let me not do that. So, his plan here is kind of just to... We have options. I'm trying to buy as much time as possible. We're definitely picking Galeth here. What's the ban? What's the ban here? It's a cruelty Mikage, which tells me that it's probably more PvE focused, so he's not necessarily going to be super fast. So I'm less afraid of her. I am going to lose my speed aura, so that's bad. I didn't think about that. So who's worse? I'm less afraid of the lockout than I am of the stun. Although, wait, the turn meter's... Nah, shit. But that's dangerous with increased accuracy. Thor might just wreck us, honestly. No, Thor will wreck us, not even if, it's a guarantee. Oh no, it's a stone skin Mikage with cruelty. What a weird combination. I'd love to cut in here, but it's probably not going to happen. A little late on the Wanda submission there. Damn, I was hoping to get lucky and just kill Thor. Rip. Revive on death. We'd have to get the luckiest proc on Enfeeble, of course not. Okay. We just die. Holy moly, True Fear is brutal, man. Okay. Whoa! Okay, that's a nuking Mikage? What was that? Jeez, she had like 30k. That was a bad draft on my part. I was not expecting the R base there into the Thor. I mean, maybe we could just letting him get increased accuracy plus Armands plus Fabian. Even though I could ban Thor and then like, he doesn't have a win condition, but like he could just lock me out forever. And Mikage too, like with the like stun, turn meter steal, stun, true fears, and petrification with increased accuracy across the entire team. Like you just would never get a turn. So like I'd be locked down forever. It's kind of a lose-lose. I don't know. I don't know if I made the right choice there. Okay, Lammasu. This is probably more of a speed Mikage with the polymorph, or arena Mikage, I should say, with the polymorph. Although running Mikage into Marius is an interesting choice. So right now I'm banning Lammasu. So with that in mind, we want to run a comp where we don't care about getting locked out. So I think we'll bring out the Empress. Yikes! Okay, was not expecting Siegfried Harima. If I'm him, I ban Arbiter. Or Siphi. Okay. So, there's no Reviver, aside from Siegfried. So the goal here is to try and kill Fabian as soon as possible. And then just kind of hide in ult form on on nice. Oh wait, that counterattack doesn't count? Ah, shit. That's unlucky. Reaction procced. We're gonna get petrified. Oh, you weak hit. The one time I don't want reaction to proc. That was almost deadly. I wanted him to actually proc my passive there to bring me back. All right, there we go. Nice. We got to see him today, at least once. Whew, that was close. Very, very close. That's really surprising though. Like obviously like reaction, but like I didn't think reaction was strong enough to prevent a Siegfried from just like one-shotting you. I feel like he has enough excess splash damage to just murder you through it, through reaction, but apparently not. Okay, that tells me nothing. Shuzen. Actually no, that's useful. We could just straight up concede the speed race and go Siphi Galathir. No, wait. Let's go Siphi Marius. I'm still in my default setting of go index into supports, but I need to start like making sure I grab someone good. Alright, so now we're going to change it up. We're going to go Ancora to counter the Fabian, and then Galathir to be Galathir. So that he can't stun one of my DPSs, whoever that is, whoever survives the ban. I leave in the Shuzen, I think, and the Fabian and the Odin, and then we get rid of one of the DPS, so we get rid of Yasu. Shuzen, if I'm him, Shuzen is dangerous into Marius, right? So we might want to not do that. So then we just need a way to deal with Empress. I think we can run Rhodos. Let me get rid of this. Does he ban Marius here? Or does he ban Rhodos? Does he change his mind? Because right now he's set up to ban Marius. Ah, he switched. Okay, he bans Rhodos. He picked Odin's Aura, which is odd. There's only 2 Void Champions. Well, Marius is immune to stun, but he'll get locked out. How much actually does he have? Enough. Bummer. Petrified, petrified. Yeah! He took the bait! He took the bait, boys! He's an idiot. Although, we're dead, I think. I was hoping to cut in here, but we didn't, so we're dead. Unless... Nope, no enfeeble. What? See what I mean? Like, look at the damage, like, with decreased defense. This Empress did nothing. But the other one, when I had all the buffs up, murdered my entire team. What is the difference there? That's crazy. I also love how we're not, we didn't put Enfeeble on the one person we actually needed to. Really? That did enough? Okay. Well, one of them's dead forever. Apparently it's Ancora. I think, yeah, we're gonna die. We're locked out, so, alright, GG's. He could be an accuracy Empress. He still did a lot of damage there. Or, sorry, but he had decreased defense, so maybe it's hard to tell. Could be right, though. I don't know. Music contrast. Well, yeah, sorry. I'm the DJ of the stream, so that's on you. Nick Cunning, happy weekend all. Hey, oh, thank you. Yes, happy weekend to everyone else. Appreciate you hanging out. We're almost done here. For better or for worse. What do we do? What do we got here? Arbiter Wukong. Ah, someone on my level. It's a miracle. Okay, we can deal with this guy, I think, right? Oh, no. I know you're not complaining. You're good. You're more than good. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Definitely Siffy. I think we'll just steal the Marius pick here. I'm thinking Mesomel. Never mind. Harima it is. I really do need to get like a third speed champion so that if they pick Arbiter or Siffy, I have someone else. But in this case, we're just gonna go Galathir. So if I'm him, I don't think you have a choice. You have to ban. I think he has to ban Harima. Which means I ban Baron. Artor? Huh? No, he banned Marius. Damn, he's dumb. I could have taken advantage of that. Okay. That was mean. Well, you know what? This will be a learning moment that when he fails to kill... Oh, we're just faster. Jeez. Okay. That's awkward. You know what? I have to apologize. This guy is out of his element, and that is really unfortunate for him. His element being like someone who's more lower level. Yeah, that's just a bad matchup for him. Like, if he's rocking, like, Artor and 6-piece Stone Skin, then he literally has no one better. Like, and I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just like, that's just a fact. Like, if you have a 6-piece Stone Skin set and and your only option is to put it on an Artor, who's like a really mid free champion, then you're not that far into the game. I could be wrong, but that's my read on that. Hey, we'll take it. 5-5. I thought we were gonna go on a losing streak there for a bit, but turned it around. Yeah, but he has Wukong, so I mean, that maybe it's like an alt account. Because Wukong, well, no, Wukong came back, didn't he? Or no, you get it from the promo codes. So it doesn't have to be an old account. Artor is a few months ago, though. I don't know. Fair play for being the same ranking. No, he wasn't. I'm at 6K and he's at 3K, but it's just the start of the season. We're not even in the same. I mean, I guess we're all in gold, but he's way below me in terms of the tiers. Yeah, he is in gold 1. Like, outside of the season, that's a terrible matchup. If I remember correctly. Oh, sorry, he's in gold 2. But still, I mean, like, 7,000 to 3,000 is a bit much. But 54 to 51, it's just unfortunate that it's the beginning of the season, and I've just been lazy. At the same time, though, I mean, you have this guy who's got fucking stacked out accounts here with the Voids. And he's only at 4K, so it's not, you know, the rating isn't everything, but there is a loose correlation between how good your champions are and how far you are. Is Pythion still good? I think so. I mean, well, I mean, you know, it depends who you have, right? So if he's your only, like, super tanky support, then he's great. If you have a bunch of other options, then he's a little bit weaker, so it kind of depends. But objectively, yeah, on paper, he's good. Mine's mostly just PvE at this point, but or I guess he's entirely PvE at this point. I don't use him in the arena anymore. Alright, tokens. Oh, you're curious about the progressive chance thing? Did it switch already? Oh, it did. Yeah, if you don't have him, I would say he's excellent. He's one of like elite at the very least for faction wars. He's like literally one of the best revivers across all factions for faction wars. I literally have everyone. So like when I pull tomorrow, I'm not even gonna pick. I have all of these champions. Like what there's 3 fusions, all of which I did. I just happened to have pulled Theodore and Chimera. And then in terms of the epics, like I think my Deacon's plus like 2, but my Ugo's plus 4, so I don't really care about copies of her. And Deacon, as we saw, he's mostly just like tier 3 arena champion slash anti-bot bait. I've always loved his appearance. Main reason you moved. Oh, okay. Just missed Alice. I mean, I'm not gonna say Alice is bad. I think she's okay. Like she's like B tier, but I wouldn't be crying over not having Alice, to be honest with you. I barely use her. I think I've used her a little bit in Faction Wars, but not a ton. Ah, crap. Right, I do have to use a Chimera key. I remember why I was gonna run Nightmare. Well, I guess we're going to be doing a little bit of Chimera then. Darn, I was really looking forward to eating lunch. Well, I can wait a half hour. My plan after this is like immediately to eat lunch, but also to go play Valorant. And I know I'm gonna like be so sucked in that I'm gonna forget that I had to do that advanced quest when reset comes along in 4 hours. So I want to get this out of the way now, and so I don't forget. Because Saturday is my DGen day. For anyone who is curious, I go just full gamer hermit mode and just play games. Alice is the weakest of the champions in that event. What was it? Mad Hatter, Cheshire Cat, Alice. Who was the 4th one? Oh, Queen of Hearts, duh. You know what? I've never thought about it, but I agree that, yeah, Alice is the weakest. It's kind of crazy. Where's the donate button? Well, I mean, there's no requirement to donate, but yes, it does exist on the Twitch channel. Yeah, my YouTube channel, for the same reason, I don't really need people to donate to me. So I don't have there's no join button or super chats. Is that what they're called? Ad revenue is enough. What rank am I in Valorant? Dude, I don't even want to talk about it. So I was my peak. Let's just put it this way: my peak was gold 3, but that was a while ago. And I've just been kind of sitting in gold for a while. But last act, dude, everyone's dead. Holy shit. Okay. Last act, I was just struggling in silver and I just couldn't climb out. And so I think I ended in silver 1. But then they did the hard reset. Platform PC. I play on PC. They did the hard reset. And I won 4 out of 5 of the placement matches. And all of my enemies and peers were in silver. But it put me in iron 3. So, I don't know. I just got a big screw you from the algorithm on that one. I'm a little pissed, to be honest. Because, like, I would say my proper rank is definitely gold for, like, just, you know, which is not amazing. It's just, like, I'm just an average player. Average to bad player. But going from being silver to having my placement matches be in silver and then being placed in iron, which for those who don't know, iron is the lowest rank, followed by bronze and then silver and then gold. So it dropped me into the like bottom of the barrel despite winning my placement matches 4 out of 5. So it's just like, all right, I don't know what to make of that. So I'm a little irritated, but I honestly, I feel worse for my opponents in the next few games because, you know, again, like my capability, I'm not saying I'm good. I'm not great at the game, but I'm at least 2 tiers above where it put me. Iron 3 is like new people playing the game who don't know how to control their agents or play tactical FPS. So I feel bad for the next few matches where I'm just going to be dumpstering on people who it's their first time. So I blame the algorithm. I'll be called a smurf for a week or something. It's like this is not my own making. I'm sorry, guys. They put me down here. Is what it is. You're plat on PC, ascended on console. Console, I respect, man. I can't imagine playing Valorant on console. That just sounds like a pain in the ass. Well, any shooter on console just seems so crazy. Like aiming just seems like a pain. But yeah, my goal has always been to reach plat on PC, and I just never been able to pull it off. Like I said, the closest I got, I was in gold 3, and I shit you not, when my peak was that I was gold 3, and I think I reached like 98 out of 100. So I needed just one more win and I would have been plat for the first time. Then I went on a loss streak of like 10 in a row that I just lost, and I demoted to like silver 3 or something. It was crazy. So like I was on the cusp, as close as you could possibly get to platinum, and then I couldn't bring it home. And then I just rage valid for myself into oblivion, which is my own fault. So now I'm a little bit more in control, shall we say, where like if I lose like 3 in a row, I just call it a day. Like no matter what, it's like if you know, at that point you know your mental is kind of shot and you're irritated and you're just not going to play as well. So I have a hard floor of 3 losses in a row. You get used to it? Maybe. I mean, well, in fairness, I don't have a console, so there's nothing for me to get used to. I've been a PC gamer for a long time. I don't know what LFG is. When I get back to gold, I respect the confidence. I don't know if I'm capable at the moment of getting back into gold. What is this? Whoa! Oh my goodness. What the heck is that? What's 20 gifted? That's crazy baked. Oh my goodness. Wow, thank you very much. That's 20 gifted subs. I appreciate that. That's so wow, that is very, very generous. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. Well, hey, if you guys got one, lots of lurkers it looks like. Yeah, be sure to thank him for the gifted sub there. Oh my god, I'm not paying attention. Are we gonna die? What happened? Oh, Alva cleanse. Alva doesn't have the cleanse. We're dead. Oh no. Rip. That's awkward. I was so distracted by the generous gift that I forgot to pay attention to not let that happen. But yeah, I think the algorithm is telling me that I'm not gold worthy because I haven't been in gold for the past 2 acts. I've just been in silver, so we'll see. I also haven't had that much time to play, unfortunately. Dude, I'm still shook. That's baked. Thank you very, very much. That's crazy. I appreciate it. Can make an alt. No. There are moments where I admit that I am not good. Like I said, I'm just not good at the game overall. But I need to earn my rank back in silver definitively, and then I'll be more confident to play with other people at the moment. Because like I having people make an alt to join me in iron is kind of like, at that point it's like, yeah, you know. Oh yeah, we're talking about Valorant, which is what I'm gonna go do after we don't let this run fail, ideally. Although I guess that was good to know that essentially, like Ultra Nightmare, there's I can't let it full auto. Oh, Maris is dead. We can't let it full auto because it's only 6-piece protection, so maybe 9-piece protection is where you can actually do hands off keyboard. Brother, what are these? Like, just Lydia's just getting murdered. I don't even think we got a fear out there. What do I like playing as? I am the most scaredy cat player. I'm just kidding. No, I play Sentinels. I main Sentinels. I can flex to Initiator as need be. And I also I will fill as like Clove if we need smokes. But I avoid Duelist like the plague. So I'm a support player. Hardcore support player. Is Fear out there? Wait, how did you... Oh, we're on Ultimate Form. What am I talking about? Oops, sorry, I scrolled down. What happened? Oh, he dropped a follow. Yes, he did indeed drop the 20 before following. It's kind of crazy. Well, I appreciate the follow as well. Thank you very, very much. Once again. What team am I going to be using with Balar? He's only going to be on Dragon. I don't plan to use him in Chimera. Oh, you mean like super specifically who I play? Okay, yeah. At the moment, I've been on a bit of a deadlock binge, because she's really good in lower elos to take advantage of, you know, people who don't necessarily know what they're doing. But yeah, like I played Cypher, I played KJ, I've played Vice a good bit as well. Basically every Sentinel, but like Sage. I'm like okay with, but if I like my default would be like KJ or Cypher. But like I said, more recently I've been enjoying Deadlock for sure. Well, I should say, since they changed her grenade to be the her E basic ability instead of the wall, I've liked her a lot more because then I get like 2 to 3 grenades around, and it's really useful for locking people down, stopping a rush. What's up, Darkside? How's it going, buddy? Excusez-moi. You'd like to learn Gnome and everyone says your OP is Fade? I mean, I don't know. I'm in the camp of versatility is better, but a lot of people will say, you know, just play what you're good at. So, and you're a higher rank, so I would listen to other people and not me. I defer to them. But yeah, no, I like Fade. She's one of my initiators, but again, I mean, you know, everyone wants to play Duelist, right? So I usually don't have a problem getting the Sentinel role. But I do like Fade. I liked Skye on Bind before they changed her, but now that she has non-rechargeable flashes, I don't play her anymore, which is a shame. But yeah, no, I over the years, because I started playing in like 2022, so I'm a lot lower ranked than I probably should be for how long I've played the game overall, but I just haven't put in the hours. But yeah, I've played KO, I've played Breach, Fade, Skye. I've tried out Sova a few times, and I just don't like him as much. I prefer Fade for info. It depends on the map. I'm trying to think, who haven't I played? I haven't played Gecko. I don't like him at all. Yeah, you played CS and Destiny. Fair. So I was a COD boy when I was a lot younger. So I had to learn how to play a tactical shooter, so I never played CS. So that took a bit of a learning curve to learn how to, you know, stop moving and shooting. But yeah, I have no CS background. But I've always been like mediocre at COD anyway, so like I wasn't. And also they just kind of copy and paste the game every year, more or less, in terms of multiplayer at least. So it got stale, and so I was looking for something new, and Valorant kind of came out at the right time. Ah crap, I wasn't paying attention again. I think we got lucky though, there's no block devos out. Alright, we're chilling. Ooh, we lived! Yes! No kill plus. Double weak hit. You love to see it. This is Ultra Nightmare. No, I tried Ultra Nightmare and I wiped 4 times in a row, and I said, screw this. I can't do it. So apparently I'm not good enough for Ultra Nightmare yet. The game has spoken. Like, either we were getting rocked on like the ultimate form, or the ram form second cycle would just randomly kill Elva for no reason, and then everyone else is dead, or the DPS are dead, so I couldn't revive them. I just gave up. Played Destiny in D2. What is D2? Diablo? Not sure what D2 is. Oh yeah, I was saying earlier. Yeah, I don't have a console. Oh, Destiny 2. Oh, Jesus, I'm stupid. So my history, Elva's in protection. Yeah, she's in 6-piece protection. Excuse me. Apologies for that. Yeah, my history with consoles. So, when did the 360 come out? 06? 04? I think it was 06. So back then, my parents bought us Xbox 360 for the house. And then after like a year or so, it got stolen somehow. And we don't know what happened. The rumor has it that like my brother was somehow involved because he was really rebellious at that age. This was when he was in high school, I was in middle school. But we don't know. Nothing happened. I'm not accusing him. We're on good terms anyways. But so it mysteriously disappeared, so we lost that, and I was more like a Sonic what's that racing game? Burnout. So it was never, because, you know, my parents were in charge of the games that I picked, so I couldn't, you know, pick up the bloody shooter game or rated R. Like, they would never do it, or not rated R, rated M. They would never do that. So it was, you know, Sonic and racing, basically. FIFA and NF Madden type stuff. Anyways. So my parents were, like, not willing to buy another console because they didn't want it to get stolen again. But eventually we whittled them down, we being the kids, and they got us a Wii. So I had that. I think that was 08. So I had a Wii for a bit. So I played, again, similar games. And then I got the Ring of Death on the Wii, so that died after like 2 years. And so at that point I was just like, I'm really tired of these consoles just kind of dying / disappearing. So I'm just going to switch to PC as my primary. And so from, I guess, 2010 onward, I just stuck to PC because I was like, you know, a laptop, it's easier to fix / harder to break. And then now I have a desktop, which is, you know, you control so much of it that you don't really have to worry about it. So, point being, it's been a very, very, very long time since I've worried about or played a console at all. So I've been out of the game for, what, 15 years? That's crazy to think. Feels old, man. But yeah, college is where I got addicted to Dota, so I was introduced to that, and that was kind of my bigger foray into more competitive games. And then since I was out of my parents' house, I could actually play the games I wanted to play, so that's when I started to play COD as well. Well, that's not entirely true. I had, in high school, which for me was 2008 to 2012, which also helped kind of spur me more towards PC, is that we all, you know, as high school kids, we all had bootleg versions of Halo. Halo OG, because I'm sure maybe some of you guys remember, but back then, you know, piracy was a bigger thing, so everyone had a bootleg version of it on their flash drives, and so we'd just plug and play on high school PCs. So funnily enough, even though like Halo for me was big in high school, I've only ever played Halo 1. I've never played any other game. And so, not even Halo 2, even though that's like regarded really, really highly, I just never played it. Because this was, in high school, I couldn't afford to buy games, so my parents had to buy everything. So that's why they're protective of the ratings of the games. Your 11-year-old challenged you to Mario Kart. Oh, he thought he was better. Oh, he didn't know his father was a gamer. Nice. That's fun. I will say, you know, not to get political, but you know, I'm a millennial, so a lot of millennials get shit. I mean, every generation's get their own versions of shit, but it is funny to think that for anyone raising kids, like I don't have any kids, but for our generation, us being like 30 plus at this age, we're like the kids who grew up as gamers, and so we're not like boomers when it comes to PCs and consoles. It's like, so like if I had a kid and he challenged me to play a game, it's like, all right, bet, you know. It's like, it's less of like, what is this controller you speak of, and like, oh, I was a pro back in my days. Let's go, kiddo. Which is kind of cool, at least to me. I think that's cool. That's like, we're more in tune with technology. Playing Wii bowling with the 3-year-old. Hey, dude, no shame, bro. I was a professional Wii bowler. I kid, but I definitely played. I played the hell out of Wii bowling because that was within my parents' restrictions. Those twitchy reactions get harder as you age. I mean, yeah, for sure. Like your reflexes decrease and slow down and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm already experiencing that, like in Valorant. Like I'm not as snappy as the younger ones, you know. So I have to rely on skills and not skills, but tactics to try and do better. Bro, is this team even gonna do? Or no, wait. Nightmare was it 84 mil? I still had Ultra Nightmare in my head, which is 112. I think we're good. Gotta start somewhere. Yep. Really cool. The older kills teach the little. Oh yeah, true. Yeah. If you have like all throughout the family, that is pretty sick. $84 confirmed. Okay, cool. Appreciate it. It's censored a comment? Oh, on YouTube. That's why. Let's not give him increased accuracy. And let's not give him block debuffs. Alright, we're good. Children IRL karate. Yeah, for me, like I said, you know, limited games for the Wii, so like, you know, whatever I had, I played the hell out of. So like, dude, Wii boxing, bro. Oh my god, I like work up a sweat, which is more than you should be doing, in fairness. But like, I would be like bobbing and weaving and like just really like actually, you know, shadow boxing, I guess they would call it now. I took that way too seriously. Wii tennis, woo! That was a workout. VR boxing like that. I mean, well, VR boxing, yeah, of course, that makes sense. But like, I feel like, you know, Like, well, the thing is, like, with Wii boxing, you can kind of do, like, this or whatever, right? You can kind of just, like, kind of cheese it with the motion, and VR is a little bit different, but, like, I would, like, actually, you know, pretend like I was actually boxing in Wii boxing. I look like Matt from Wii boxing. I don't know who that is. I'll take it as a compliment, though. All right, we're getting near the end here. 80 mil. So, oh, well, actually, are we going to make it? This is the first time I've run this team on Nightmare. I think I should be able to get 2 cycles of enemy max HP hits off, so that should do 600. This should do 1.1 or 1.5 mil. I don't think we make it. Oh, it's close. We're at 2 mil to go. Well, no, we should. Because Marius will drop another 1.5. Oh, unless we get provoked. Rip. Now we're good. We're good. Barely. So yeah, for Nightmare. For Nightmare, Ninja is better. The Ninja Mikage team is better, but because of the affinity problem, I was testing out this team instead, which is very, very on the edge, admittedly. But on the flip side, it's like, it's mostly because the Ram form just kind of falls apart with double DPS and a single target revive, right? Which is kind of just the trade-off. So, is what it is. What is Marius wearing? Wouldn't you like to know? I kid. He's in Savage. Ooh, mythical fragments. Hey. Or relic materials. I don't know, man. My Chimera teams are just not, like, they're not impressive at all. Because he did more. My Marius did more damage than his Marius. But he did more damage because Ninja is Ninja. So, I don't know. But yeah, Ultra Nightmare, absolute failure. Yeah, every single attempt was a wipe on both comps. Because he would kill Elva. Or it would kill Elva. So, I don't know. Can't do it yet, I guess. I'll definitely give it another go once Elva has all of her masteries. Because she will have, well, she'll have the counterattack, she'll have Resurgent, you know, Unshakable. So there's a lot of stuff that can beef up her survivability. Lasting Gifts would be massive, obviously. We're missing a lot of the healing here too, like all this stuff. So. But yeah. I'm excited. Marius is almost done. Emrys is nearly done as well. He's, what, 200 away from the Helm Smash here. So, as soon as possible, Masters will be done. But unfortunately, we're working on this path for the next day in 12 hours. So, we're going to be running the event dungeon. Speaking of which, let's do this. And then, let's head it here. Let's auto, and then we'll look for somebody to raid. Call it a day here, yeah? Alrighty. Once again, Baked, appreciate it very, very much. Thank you very much for the 20 gifted subs. That is a massive amount to contribute. So very, very much appreciated. Thank you. Let's see who be streaming. I saw Bront early. No, he's off. Okay, he's offline. We got not that many people. I guess we're gonna go with Mr. Copium. All right. Catch you next time. Yeah, no, appreciate it. Thank you all for hanging out as always. It's always a fun time. But I always forget to do this, but I will shamelessly plug myself for those who don't know. If you're watching on Twitch exclusively, I do also have a YouTube channel. I am Endgame, free to play, so I do make content showing, you know, basically what's possible to do in the endgame despite not spending any money. Obviously, there's a lot of luck involved, but there's a lot of skill, I hope, involved as well. I hope I at least show that there's a lot of skill involved. But yeah, no pressure. You can check it out if you'd like. Hit the sub button and whatnot. But yeah, streams every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific time. I don't know what that is local time for you, but you can translate it for yourselves. But yeah, we'll be here next week doing more of the same. Maybe a little bit of Curse City stuff. Maybe a little bit more Chimera. I don't know. I'm not convinced I'm gonna have my masteries done by next week, so no promise on that one. But yeah, as always, appreciate all of you for hanging out and let me actually get the raid started, because I totally forgot that is part of this whole shindig. Totally professional streamer here, guys. Totally professional. There we go. Start the raid for all of the Twitch folks. YouTubers can hang out for a bit longer here, but the raid is ready to go. So yes, there we go. Appreciate all of you for hanging out. I'll catch you all next week. Take care and have a good one.